Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be checking out what the vehicles look like so far that we've seen in the Diamond Casino Heist. And unfortunately, Rockstar have not revealed a lot, but we're going to go through at least what we know so far. And all of that has come from the artwork that Rockstar showed off a little bit later last week. And there was one frame of that artwork that gives us a detail of some of the vehicles that will be added. So let's take a look at it really quickly. It's in the bottom right-hand frame. And let's get the least important vehicles out of the way first. And that's going to be the 3 police vehicles that is chasing our main car here. So the first one of those vehicles is the police Maverick. This is not a new helicopter. This is the same annoying police helicopter that chases you around the map if you get 3 or more stars, the ones that you guys have probably shot down about 8,000 times. So nothing special there. The second vehicle is just the standard police cruiser. Again, we've seen this thousands of times by now. The same cruisers that end up trying to pull you over, that you get into big gunfights with, where the cops come after you. This is the vehicle that they are ultimately in. And the third and final police vehicle that can be seen in this shot is the Police Riot. This is like the armored noose truck. It's in the very, very back. And that is the final of the vehicles that can actually be seen there. So I'm sure that that entire scene that we see being generated into an artwork is probably one of the prep missions in which you are in a getaway car and you're trying to escape the law. We'll obviously find out a lot more once the update itself comes out, but that's sort of the scene that is ultimately set up there. So those are the 3 police vehicles. Now let's focus on the green car here. Now in previous videos, I've given you a good idea on what I believe this vehicle is. And I've had a couple of guesses. My first guess was this was a sort of like old school Ford Codsworth, which this vehicle looks like it shares some similarities with, but I wasn't like 100% sold. And then I started focusing in on like the green color, and I started thinking to myself that this looked like a vehicle from another game that I had played before, and that is Burnout 2. In Burnout 2, there is a very specific car called the Custom Coupe. And I'll even show you guys what it looks like on the screen right now. And what's funny is it has like the same green color that we see in the artwork for the Diamond Casino Heist. And the resemblance for the Custom Coupe is a 6th generation Honda Civic Coupe with a modified body kit. And the rear greatly resembles the Honda CXR with its taillights and semi-hatchback appearance. So when I was trying to come up with mods for what this vehicle would look like in game, that's what I decided to have it based off of. Now, Rockstar, when they design cars in game, they usually don't make them like one-for-one identical to the real-life thing. I think they do this for a handful of reasons, and because of that, usually the car designs come from a multitude of different real-life cars. So let's take a look at some of the in-game car mods that we were able to get today. And the first one we're going to be looking at today is the Honda CXR. Now, I don't know what year this is from, but this is what it looks like in GTA 5. And I think this gives us a pretty good idea on what that vehicle is ultimately going to look like. It kind of is like a compact / sports car. Like if I had to take a guess on what category it's in, that's what it would be. Now, I wanted to start with this mod because it definitely had the most like customization that we could ultimately do here. But as you guys can see there, it's sort of a sporty coupe with a little bit of a hatchback. The interior of this mod is also quite nice as well. I'm hoping that the interior of the car we get is equally as nice. And what's really great about this mod, and by the way, I will leave links to all of them in the description, is I was actually able to do a lot of customization inside of the LSC. And I tried to make it as exact as possible. Now, that was obviously going to be a little bit difficult because not all the customization options are the same. But a handful of things I did notice on the artwork. It looked like it had an upgraded front bumper, an upgraded skirt. There was a hood modification on there. and it also looked like it had a giant spoiler on the back. So those were sort of the things that I was looking for when I went about customizing this vehicle, and this right here was roughly around my final product. So you guys can see there that I made it that bright green color with sort of like a yellow pearlescent. I added a big spoiler on the back. I changed the front bumper so it had that bigger grille, and I added a skirt on there too. I wasn't really sure what the wheels were there because in the artwork, it's picturing a car moving. So we couldn't really see what the wheels were going on there. But that gives you a pretty good idea of what this car is going to look like. Now, one of the things I'm most interested about this vehicle is if or not it's going to be armored. Now, it didn't look like it was weaponized. Usually when it's weaponized, you'll see like the missile or minigun sort of attachment on the front. But this one just looked like it had an extra set of headlights. It didn't look like it had any weapons. The reason I say it might be armored is there was a lot of bullet holes in the side, and there was like the shattering glass effect on the side and the windshield. Which usually when that happens, it's because the windscreen is absorbing bullets and is somewhat bullet resistant. So maybe this is a getaway vehicle with those armored capabilities. We can't obviously really tell just from the artwork, but it is something to think about right there. So that's the first car vehicle model that we're going to be looking at today. Again, that is the Honda CRX. Now, the next vehicle we are actually looking at is another Honda vehicle. Kind of has a lot of them. This one is the Civic Coupe. I think this is the EM1, and this is sort of like a modified stanced version. So I don't know if it would be this customizable for us in Grand Theft Auto Online, but I actually did like the look of this, and I felt like the wheels matched sort of what we saw on the artwork as well. Now, we weren't able to do a lot of customization with this car, so that's why I wanted to show it off second, but I was able to, again, change the color to that like obnoxious bright green with a lime sort of pearlescent on there. And this is sort of our final product right here. And this one has a lot of like interior mods, like roll cages and stuff like that. And I would imagine if it's like a sporty coupe, sporty compact car, it's going to have a lot of stuff like that. This one also had a sunroof too, which was pretty cool. And again, it was more stance than normal. So, you know, really cool stuff that you could add on here. It even had a sunscreen too. So that's the second vehicle that we are ultimately going to be looking at today. And the third vehicle mod that we're looking at today is very, very similar. It's another version of the Honda Coupe, but this one is just, again, slightly different. And right off the bat, you can see that it has some fun modifications on there. And if we actually go in and change some of them, you can see we can add various items to the top, like a bike rack, and we can even add like magazines to the front dashboard, and we can add some vents on the hood itself. And even though there wasn't anything that I could change inside of the Los Santos custom shop, I still had a lot of fun sort of messing around with this. I again made it that super obnoxious color, like the green with the lime, you know, yellow pearlescent. And again, it should give you a good idea on what this vehicle is going to be. It's kind of surprising that Rockstar like didn't choose a more interesting or exciting vehicle, because if we even go back to like the original Diamond Casino artwork, like the one vehicle they showed off there was one of the brand new supercars, the Truffati Thrax, which was actually the car on the Lucky Wheel podium the first week, and it was a part of the one of the missions where it actually gets stolen. So I wonder if that's a hint that this car is going to be a big part of the Diamond Casino Heist. I wonder if it will also be the first vehicle on the casino podium. Just something to think about right there. It's not necessarily a guarantee, but it's just something I noticed from both of the artworks. It's also interesting that both of the artworks have the vehicles in the bottom right. I don't know if that's just a coincidence or if that's a design pattern that Rockstar just really liked to do. But anyways, that's all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. That right there is what the brand new vehicle should look like when it arrives in a couple of days in Grand Theft Auto Online. It also should clarify any confusion that some people might have with the police vehicles and helicopters in the background. Those are not new. They have been in the game forever and are likely just, you know, generic cops chasing us round and about. But like I said, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about the one vehicle we've seen so far from Rockstar. Do you think it's similar to the vehicles we looked at in game? Do you think it's kind of different? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Diamond Casino Heist videos that I'm going to be doing here on my channel over the next couple of weeks and months. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.